Okay, so we're live. I'm running on the home computer right now. So bear with me as this... I don't know how this is going to go. This could go really well, or this could be really, really bad. As I'm going to try to do two setups here at the same time. I'm going to do the travel setup and the home setup together. So this could be really bad. But I'm going to try everything in my possible will to get this up and running. So just bear with me here. I've yet to have time to do any of this, so just hang out for a little bit and I'll figure this out. Set up here to get this where I want it, and I'll just describe a couple of things here and go through with a few things. So just give me a second, because I got cameras galore up here and everything. I'm trying to get this just set up to the way I want it. Alright, so the first screen that we see here that's up at the top, that's the Sky Safari, Starry Night Pro Plus 7. And that's what I use for my home setup. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. And it runs on telescope control. And I'll get rid of that so that way you can see the entire sky. I can actually point the mount to wherever I want it to go and get an object. So right now it's pointing at what's called the star Navi, and then you'll be able to see the star on my outside camera, which I can actually pull that up too. I apologize to everybody here that I don't have everything set up to the way I want it to, and I'm running extremely late, and eventually I'll get things back to the way they were, just not exactly the way I wanted it. Okay. what I'm just doing is I'm cropping this out. If there's any delay or if there's any lag, let me see if there's any lag or anything. Okay, it says take your time. I'm not going anywhere. That's great. I appreciate it. If things were working perfectly fine in a perfect world, this would be fantastic. But so far, the electronics and everything is working with me, so we're in good shape. So the next clear night, we should be in great shape. Okay, there we go. So what this one here at the top right, that's outside. So that's the bullseye and everything. You'll be able to see this is a finder cam. So I'll get rid of the bullseye here. So then you can actually see that that's Navi right there. And if I take a quick exposure on the bottom left-hand camera, I should be able to get Navi in here. I might have to focus the camera. We'll see. We'll see how focused this camera is. I haven't even touched it in weeks. Oh, I have the lens cap on. There we go. That's probably why. That's a good reason why there's no stars in view. Now, the home setup, this is the one where I take super long exposures. So this is the big mount. This is the big gun. There we go. It's a little out of focus. That is okay. I can fix that from in here. I just got to grab the... Gotta find it where the heck it is. Just going in here. This one right here. And we'll see if this actually changes the stars. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now it's in focus now. So now it's perfect. Navi is right in the center, which is great. Now we're going to move this. And we're going to move this to Andromeda. Okay. Now we're just waiting for this to settle down. Okay. I'm just going to wait for a second for it to go through here. There it is. So now you're going to be able to see Andromeda on the actual screen. That's that super bright blob that's on the screen. That is Andromeda, which is M31. We're going to put this to the top here. Whoops, wrong way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, right there. Alright, so that's going to be dead center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the exposure on the finder cam, and then you're going to really see this thing pop. This sucker's going to be really bright, and you'll be able to see all the detail and everything here, which is going to be super awesome. I'm just taking a 15-second exposure on it, and there it is. I'm going to lower down the brightness a little bit here. There you go. so you can really see how bright that is and how bright the stars are on the finder. And then what I'm going to do next is I have to bring up my guider. That's next on the list. So just give me a second here. So if I can somehow find room for that. Well, now you know what that is. I'm going to lower this down here. Move this over. we got lots of windows. We got tons and tons and tons of windows here. So keep up, people. Keep up with me because this is a lot of information and a lot of detail here. Okay, now what this one is, this is the guider. So this is, you're looking at Andromeda all over the place here. So this is all systems go, which is nice. Okay, now we're going to display the graph. And yes, that's still running a sequence on the... It's a lot, so... Stay with me, people. Stay with me, because this is going to be fun. It's just going to take some time. Okay, so right now it's running its guiding system here. While we're running the guiding and we're getting this all figured out, give me 1 second here, and then we will figure this out on here. Transform. Should have done this afternoon, but I had too much going on today, so I didn't have time to do any of this today. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Now we're just looking at solely images here. Trying to fill the space as much as I possibly can here. I want that. Okay. Okay. Can I put that there? No. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just running calibrations on the guider here. It has been a while since I had the home setup here and running this off here, so the buffering may happen because I'm running on the home computer and I'm running so far away from the router. So it may happen once or twice. So just give me a second here. I'm going to take off Wi-Fi on this one here. Maybe that might help a little bit. No, it's not moving at all. Oh boy. Well, while we're waiting, let me... I don't know if I have... Why is it not... Uh-oh, the mount's not cooperating here. Take a look and see. Let me try a different part here. Hang on. Let me try... May have to reset the mount. It's been a while since I've used this. Something else here. What happened to that lens cap? What did I do with it? Okay, let me see if, because I got to run some darks on this other camera here. I got to put a cap on it here. Shoot. Brightness engine calibration. I might be able to just run just a couple of frames here just to see. Capture. We'll try a 47-second exposure here. This will be unguided because I got to work on the mount. Alright, so now that's good. Cameras. Dark. Start. Okay, so turn off. None. Start. Okay. There we go. We're going to run. So what I'm just doing right now is I'm running darks on the wide field camera here. So this way, what you see here on the actual screen is a lot of just darkness. So what this will do, and I know you really can't see it very well on this screen, but it's going to take away the hot and cold pixels off the screen to make it a better view. So then you'll be able to see it better. The screen on the right is, you're going to actually see a colored picture coming up here very shortly in a second here. So that's Andromeda on the left side there. So that's it right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this one. We don't need that. Move that out of the way. This right here, this is the dark calibration frame. So you see all the blue and green and red dots. That's hot and cold pixels. I have a cap on top of the camera right now, so it's running calibration dark frames as we speak right now. And then, of course, the top right, that's what you see with the finder. So instead of a red dot finder, I actually have a camera that is actually centered to the telescope. So what you see here is what you see there. So it gives you an idea. And this was just a quick 24-second exposure. And I could go a little bit more. I can probably try. This is going to be a 120-second exposure coming up here in a couple minutes. So then you'll be able to see it coming up. Hi. Alright, so the dark calibration frames are done. So now I just took the cap off, or the lens cap off the actual thing here. So I took it off halfway through the image. And then also this 2-minute exposure is done. So I can bring down the exposure here. And I think... now we have to find it. Perfect, there we go. So now we're running the dark on that. And I think on this one... okay. So now the pixels are going to go away and it's going to be a nice clear image here. So just give this a second here. This is going to go. There we go. That's beautiful. So where you're looking here now, of course, that light that you see at the top right, that's me and my phone. So that'll go away in a second, but it's upside down. I should have it up re-upside up. I don't know why I have it upside down. Let me reorient it. Can I? Oh yeah, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Flip. None. Oh, wait. Oh, it shouldn't matter. So give it a second. Alright, so give it a second here. So I'm just moving it. So that way we're going to get the sky. We're going to get the right view. I'm trying to get as much of the sky as possible here. So just give me a second here. I'm just trying to move the mount. Of course, naturally it's upside down. I just moved it again just to see where we go. And I'm working behind the scenes on the guiding here to see if I can get this back up and running. The last time I used the guider for this was back in March. So we're going on almost 4 or 5 months of using this. So it's been a while. So I've been working on the travel setup for so long, I completely did not do what I wanted to do with this. So it's taking some time. But that's okay. That's a 4-minute exposure right there. See where that goes. Going to the right. Once I get this locked, then we're going to keep this all night long. Oh yeah, this is because I'm running the guider, that's why. Oops. Perfect. Keep going. Right there should do it. That's beautiful. And the guider's back up and running. We got the settings recalibrated. I reset the guider. So now we should be in good shape. So now you can actually see where the mount is actually pointing on that. That's Andromeda right there on the Starry Night Pro Plus 7. And then you can actually see that it's guiding. What I'm going to do, because that's just going to go right off the screen, is we're going to center it. There, so now it won't move in the screen, so it'll stay in the same spot the entire time. So now we won't have to worry about it. And I think the one here for the wide field, we're in great shape. Because the Perseids, where it's going to be actually, it's going to be right below Cassiopeia. So it's going to be going from top to the middle, because it's upside down. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Now we're going to run a gigantic capture. Number of frames. $185. And go. And now we're about to start guiding. So now we're going to bring back the actual we're going to bring back the graph. And then we're going to fit this right up at the top here. Okay. Oh, I know why. Because it's different settings. Oh, geez, that's why. There we go. Now it's running a little bit better. Okay, so here's the lowdown on how it's supposed to work, okay? And here's how it's supposed to go. You have the guider, which is on the top, which is the wonderful graph that you see there. There are dotted lines on the top, there are dotted lines on the bottom. The white line in the middle is where those two you want to be. There's red and there's blue, okay? Those are the two colors. The red is declination, the blue is right ascension. When you have an equatorial mount, it moves in two directions. You have where it spins the Earth's rotation, and then you have where it goes left and right. So you want those two to be exactly dead on because it compensates Earth's rotation. The problem that I had with this one is I was running off of a different PhD which had different settings. I had to copy and paste some of the settings. At least some of them. I have to work on most of them to try to get this as dead-centered as I possibly can. But it looks like it's semi-settling down. Usually I can get this between 0.4 and 0.9, running at about 3. But it looks like I'm working on the settings, so this way it's going to be bouncing a little bit, but we should be in good shape. Taking an exposure right now so you'll be able to see the actual stars look pinpoint. With the other one, I'm actually running an exposure right now with this other one down here at the bottom right. What I might just do is make this a little bit bigger. I wish I had more screen space. I wish I did. I wish I had a lot more screen space. Because I really don't. I'll move this over so that way you'll see this bigger. And then we'll make this bigger here. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get display capture. No, not display capture. Window capture. Okay. transform. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show just the progress bar. And then I'll show that on the bottom left. Okay. I'll also put a timestamp on here too, so just give me 1 second here. Now that things are starting to finally friggin' settle down. Finally. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, that is just... That's beautiful. That right there was a 261 second exposure. I just randomly put in a number, so that was just under 4 minutes. What I'm going to try now is 480. Because now the guiding is finally starting to settle down. So we should be pretty good. I'm also going to get another window capture here. By the way, this is window capture number 8. But everybody wants to see everything, so we're doing good. So thank you for everybody that is just bearing with me with this. I'm still working on everything possible here. And I really appreciate everything. Time to add another screen soon. You can be like me with 4. It's overkill. Yeah, it is. It really is overkill, because when you got this many cameras running all at the same time, it's quite you know, it's invasive. You got lots of things going. And this is actually the first time ever that I'm running 2 different setups at the same time. And it's actually running fairly well. I'm pretty impressed. Oh wait, wrong one. Oh, at the top. So there we go. There we go, people. Now we have progress bars on both of them now. So now you're going to be able to see everything here. I'm going to make this smaller. And then what I'm going to do, transform, edit. We're going to move this over. Because I want you to see the numbers. There we go. So now you're going to see the numbers in just a second here. Yeah, the graph is pretty long. There we go. Here come the numbers. Okay. Actually, what I might just do... Yeah, I'm just testing things. Exactly. Four screens. I got two laptops and I got a 40-inch in here, a 40-inch television that I use for this. But I'm just actually literally outside with this, trying to get it as close as I can to the router. There's still a lot of things that I want to get done. Probably I'll do that tomorrow afternoon, because I think it's supposed to be clear tomorrow again. So I'm hoping that it should be clear. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another screen. I'm going to do another screen. Oops, no, I don't want that. Wrong one. There it is, okay. So the image that's coming up on the left-hand side, the bottom left, is going to be an 8-minute image on Andromeda. So that's going to be coming up in a second here. Yeah, that's a lot brighter. You could definitely see it. So that's really cool. Let me change the histogram on it here just a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty epic. That's really good. And again, that is an 8-minute image. And you could even see the galaxy up at the top there, right there. You can actually see it. So it's doing really good. Let me still keep going with this here. Bottom. Because all I'm really doing here is I'm going to get the numbers. So that way you can see the numbers. Again, they're not going to be great tonight. I still have to work a lot of things here to get it back to where it was last year. If you ever want to see great guiding, I had the guiding absolutely pristine last year from April to October, and they're on my website, and you can check every single stream as they're all on there, and every single one of them was fantastic. Guiding tonight is just not good at all. Probably because I was working on a lot of things and yeah, 3.45. That's pitiful. That's not good at all. That's really bad. Let me just pick another star. Maybe we might be able to get something better. Hang on. Let me see. Try that and see if that works. See if the number goes down at all. Naturally, it's going to be 3.67 for a little bit because it dipped, and it dipped a ton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear it. And then we're going to see what the number is in a second here. We'll see what it does, but you can actually see the telescope on. Well, no, you can't see it because that's not there. There we go. There we go. And you can see the telescope right there. Yeah, guiding is just not the way I want it right now. It's definitely flopping everywhere. At least we're running a good exposure on the right-hand side, so at least we got that going. We're running at 3.98. Oof. Woof. That is not good. Try that and see if that works. Oh wait, I lost the other ones. Oh shoot. Bring those back up. There we go. There we go. Now you can see them. My bad. I lost the progress screens. Oh man. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Timeout. Time out. I bet you I have the settings on this one. Let me try this. I have the settings set on this one. A little bit of trial and error. It's always so much fun. There we go. That looks better. Okay then. Alright. Next. Yeah, I know that. I'm working on things. I'm working. I'm trying here. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Because this one I ran darks, so actually this might be a little bit better. Uh-oh, so running bad. Uh-oh. Not receiving it's strong enough. Something to drink. I'm so thirsty. Guiding should be about 100 times better now. What happened was I was running on the wrong PhD. So when you're running off the wrong program, all the settings weren't there. So this graphing up here is PhD guiding, and you can run 2 different instances at the same time if need be. And I was running off the wrong one, which is why I was getting bad guiding. But it should work now. We should get a better graph, at least. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I can't make any guarantees, but at least we'll try. Move this over. We'll transform this here. There we go. And now it's back to good again. Okay. Pepsi. so you heard it. I'm so freaking thirsty. The temperature out here right now is about 73 with a humidity of about 6,000. So it is really, really warm and really hot out here. Which was kind of horrible setting up and getting the 2, because I have 2 setups out here. I have the home setup, which is on a wheelie bar. So I rolled that out, got that all set up, got that ready. And then the travel setup I actually picked up and actually put out, and they're actually sitting between each other. And if you look carefully on the right camera, that's one of the cameras on my home setup, which is right there. It's just barely showing up on there, which is really cool. Guiding should be just about ready. Let me check to see where we are for the guider. Almost there. just about there. I think I screwed up my Sky Safari app too on my phone. I'm trying to fix that. Delete it and then reinstall it. Screwed it up. Messed that up pretty badly. Hopefully they still offer 4. I don't even see it on here. Yeah, I know, it's still... I don't even see it on here. Alright, now we're going back south on the guider. So far, no meteors or anything on the right side camera. Okay, let me try Sky Safari 5. Huh. And we should be guiding in about 30 seconds. And we're guiding about 5 seconds. we go. Now that's more like it. Running at about 0.4 arc seconds. Which means I can do about a 10-minute exposure and it'll look phenomenal. Now the colors are different only because the way that I have the setting on this is a lot better. And you can see that there's less bouncing up and down and all over the place. So it's more solid towards that white line instead of the dotted lines. And you're looking between 0.3 and 0.7 is where you want to be for arc seconds. An arc second is... It's based off of like a clock. You have your arc seconds and you have your arc minutes. And the moon is roughly about, if I remember correctly, maybe somebody can correct me in the comments, and I'm going to pull up the comments here. I think it's, I'm trying to remember. Let me look it up before I shoot my mouth off. Moon in arc seconds. I think it was 1100, I think. $1,800. Okay, so the moon is 1,800 arc seconds, and what I'm shooting for the guider is 0.6 of that, which is very, very, very minuscule. So it's tracking a star and getting an error of 0.6 arc seconds. Usually a star is between 1 and 2 arc seconds, just barely that. And the star that I'm guiding off of is, I could probably find out what magnitude the star is that I'm guiding off of. But I don't have an astronomy app on my phone because Sky Safari 4, it's not working. I don't know if it officially stopped and I guess they're going right to 6. I have no idea, but Sky Safari 4 looks like it's no longer. It looks like Sky Safari 5 is not even for iOS anymore either. Looks like it can only be for Android. Really? Let me check. Let me see. Maybe it might have it for iOS. Oh, here we go. It is for iOS. I'll have to look and see. But yeah, guiding is 0.59. That is phenomenal. We're doing pretty good for the frames. I've been capturing frames constantly here. Let me label everything here so this way everybody knows where everything is. So if you're just starting and just trying to figure out everything, let me use the text here and then try to let everybody know where everything is. If you haven't figured it out, Cassiopeia is right there. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out, there's Cassiopeia. Okay. The Little Dipper is in there. I know it's hard to see. And actually what I'm going to do... is while we're waiting for that one, we can actually see this. We can see it bigger, so that way you can see it. And I can flip between the two of them. Actually, we can make this bigger here. There we go. How's that, people? How's that? While we wait for the other one, because the other one's about halfway, and it's at a 10-minute exposure, so halfway. Guiding is a dream right now. We're at 0.41 arc seconds. RA is at 0.35. Declination's at 0.22. That's phenomenal. The mount that I'm using, and I don't know if anybody asked that in the comments, the mount that I'm using is the Celestron AVX mount. There are different classifications for equatorial mounts. They go, and this is just for Celestron, is they have a CG4, which is, you have to have a polar drive, you have to have a dual drive, one that powers right ascension, another that powers declination, and it's not computerized. You have to find the stuff individually. The next step up from that is the CG5. CG5 can handle a little bit more for weight and is computerized, so you can actually type in something and go, I'm going to go to Andromeda tonight, and it'll go right to it. The next up from that is where I'm at, is the Celestron AVX, which is the Advanced VX mount, and that the payload on that is even more. Payload meaning how much weight it can handle. So it can handle roughly between 25 and 30 pounds of equipment. So right now I have 2 scopes, 5 cameras, dew straps, guider, you name it. I have a bunch of weight on there right now, and it can handle it, and it runs like a dream. The one after that is what's called the C-Gem, and a C-Gem is even higher than that, and that's a really, really good mount. So that one can hold even more weight, and it's even more stable. So you can actually get an even better image, because the worm gears are better, the error correction is better. It's just, of course, like anything naturally, when you start finding things and getting better things, like a cell phone, there's always something that's a model higher that's going to cost more. The AVX you can get brand new about $800. C-Gem, roughly about $1,400. So it's about double. Now that's brand new. You can get them used for a little bit less, but roughly that's about what it is. So not terrible to start out. I mean, I know I've had all of them up into the AVX. I had the CG4. I could get 20-second exposures, maybe 40 if I was lucky, because I didn't do guiding. The CG5, I could go 5 minutes, because I started the guiding, and as I said, with guiding is what you see at the top there. It's guiding on a star and doing error corrections. So every time the mount is off by a little bit, it overcompensates to correct it. And then the C-Gem I don't have. But with the AVX, I can go, on a good night, 15 minutes on an exposure. I have gone as long as 30 on a really, really, really good night, where it was just, there was no wind, there was no obstruction, polar alignment was absolutely dead on, everything was just working. So, and I can show everybody, let me see if I can pull that up while I'm waiting. Let me go to my website, because I can actually pull up the best image I've ever taken up to this point. I'm sure everybody already saw it on my homepage. Oh, well, while we're waiting, because actually this is actually going to bring this down. Ah! There we go. Because this is actually going to show up in a second here. There we go. Here it comes. Here it comes. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, oh, wow. Whoo! Whoo-wee! That's beautiful. Now keep in mind that is a single 10-minute exposure, and you can even see the little galaxy up at the top there. You can see it, but again, that's a 10-minute exposure. It looks phenomenal. Now what I could do is I could go to an object that's in this area, like, I don't know what object I could probably get. Let me see. What can I get that's bright that's in the area? I mean, I could try the little dumbbell, but that's really, really tiny and really faint. But you want to know what? I think we're going to go for it. I think we're going to try. What do you think, people? Should we try the little dumbbell just to see? Yeah, we might as well. What the heck? You can actually see me do it in real time, too, which is really cool. Because you can actually see it on there. It's very tiny on the top left, but it's there. And it's just me, it's my workstation, pretty much. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stop the guider. Okay, and then we're just going to run it as just taking single images for a second. And then we're going to go to the big one, and then go to live and just do 10-second images here just to see where we are, and then we're going to move it. Because I want to see where we are in just a second here. Alright, now we're going to move it. We should be dead on it. I see it. I see it. It's pretty close to dead center. Naturally, it's going to be really, 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 really small. But if you're looking at it, it's right here. It's this little dinky thing right here because it's really small. So that's it right there. So what I'm going to do is stop this and then go back to guiding and then run an exposure just to see the stars here. Well, we need to crank the exposure here on this. Whoa. Okay, we'll use this star right here, it looks like. Actually, no, we'll go down to 2 seconds. And we'll use, well, that star's too bright. Well, maybe not. We could try that star and see what that does. The star might be too bright, but we can try it and see. Alright. And then we'll go back to capture. We won't do 10 minutes. I don't think anybody really wants to wait 10 minutes. We'll do 180. And we're just going to type in, now we were going after M76. Little dumbbell. I can't spell to save my life. Wow. There we go. So then what I'm going to do is we're going to zoom it in and you'll be able to see it. That's the little dumbbell right there. So on the top left, so you'll be able to see it. And of course, the image on the top right, you ain't gonna see it on the top right because that is so small, and with it being such a wide field, there is no way you're gonna see it on that. Oh, I'm gonna move Cassiopeia out of the way. Move Cassiopeia. There we go. Then I can be able to just sit back, relax, and then everybody can just enjoy the view. Because I would ultimately I'd like to have on this stream, left is long exposure, right is just continuous shots to see if we get anything that's in wide field. This way you get both at the same time, and then you should be in good shape. So the image is coming up here in a second. I'll zoom in on it so this way you'll be able to see it. Again, this is an extremely faint object, and it's very small. It's not the dumbbell, it's not M27. I mean, this is going to be M76, which is actually just about half, roughly half the, for how dim it is. Okay, where it is if you see the bright star, actually, I'm going to move this here, move this there. Okay, it's right there. So you see that bright star right there? It's right here. So I'm going to zoom in, so then you'll see it. And you can actually see the stars are actually pretty good. The stars are not bad. There it is right there. So you can get an idea of what it looks like. And compared to the one on the top left, you can actually star match and actually figure it out. It's flipped, unfortunately. It's not exactly the way it should be. I gotta turn the camera, but you can get an idea of what it looks like. And of course, the more exposure I get, the more detail I'll be able to pull out of this. I could probably go... We could try 360. We could try 360. See what happens. Well, it's not bad. I could do the text here and then type in M76. So this way, if you're just joining me, you know what it is. That guiding is definitely settled down. It's 0.3, 0.31. I mean, that's extremely good. And I don't know if we're going to see any iridium flares or the ISS or anything like that because my app doesn't work. And that kind of is poopy. Not happy. So I'm in the midst of trying to download one of the newer ones. And yes, it is a cosmic party. It's pretty awesome on a Saturday night. And Mars is extremely bright out there still. Still see it. We're at 73%. Yeah, the name of the app that's not working is Sky Safari 4. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure. I think they might have officially disbanded it. And it's no longer in use. I've had Sky Safari 4 for about 3.5 years. And I loved it. Then they went to Sky Safari 5 about 2 years ago. About a year, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And then this past year they came out with Sky Safari 6. And of course each time you have to pay for it. So as far as I know, with Sky Safari 6 it's $40 for the Pro. So, yeah. That's a lot brighter. This one is a 6-minute image. Oh, excuse me. Not bad. Let me get that bright star in there too. There we go. Let's see if I can get that bright star. Hold on, let me try to see if I can move it here. Just a little bit right here. There we go. Now we got the bright star in there. And let's see if I can zoom out of this here. See if we can get the bright star in here too. There's the bright star. Right there. And there's M76 right there. How cool is that? Get the full effect. Look at that. Naturally, it's not going to be anywhere near this, but still pretty cool. What do you think? Do you think we should do a 10-minute exposure? There's probably going to be some drift, because nothing is absolutely perfect, but we could try. We got nothing else going on tonight now, do we? Now that things are starting to finally come along here. They're starting to finally go. This is great. No, I don't want that. Get out of here. Dumb thing. Now, granted, when you're looking at the image on the left and you're starting to, if you look carefully, you could see the red, green, and blue and everything, and all those pixels and everything. The reason being is because it's the hot and cold pixels. And that's what happens with the noise on the camera. But when you take darks and flats, they're called calibration frames. That eliminates that background noise and that makes it a smooth image. The one on the right, I already took the darks. You saw me do that. Taking the darks extracts all that hot and cold pixels, so you get a nice smooth image. So I'll look back at most of these images. How many have I taken so far? I've taken 100. And each one is 45 seconds. So I've gone 450 seconds. That's pretty cool. Not bad at all. No, it's not 450. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Not 450. It's 4,500 seconds. 75 minutes. So I've taken about 75 minutes of there, and I'll go through them and see if we catch any shooting stars. I didn't see anything off of this, but I've been capturing one on top of the other, so maybe we might get something. I'll do another video like we did last time, and you'll be able to see a video of a time-lapse, which is pretty cool. And you can actually see it, too, because you'll be able to see on the bottom right, we're at 12 seconds, and then, 14, we got 30 seconds left. We're on frame 102 of 185. And then the ETA of this finishing is just a shade under 1:30 a.m. And this is tracking. I had to take the polar scope off because the tape I was using was SHIT, and it was actually bending the polar scope, so it wasn't giving me a full 100% polar alignment. So I took it off, redid it, and it looks like we're in great shape because it was way off. I mean, I was like a good 5, 6, 7 degrees off from where it was supposed to be. And that could mess up polar alignment big time. Get out of here, bug. There's a bug in my face. Now, if you're wondering what the name of that bright star is, I can actually pull it up on this app here. Let's see. Let me just move it here, and actually it'll tell me. It's this star right here, and it's actually a double star, it looks like. And the star is called HIP 8063. Actually, we'll center it. So that way you'll be able to see it here. Well, you can't really see it because it's not getting any bigger. But let me Show info. Well, that's not going to work. Well, the database name is HT Stars. The catalog name is HIP 8063. It's circumpolar, which means it never sets. It's always in the sky constantly. It is a super giant star. Giant stars are large and bright and appear in the upper brighter portion of the Hertzsprung-Russell, which is the HR diagram. Red giants appearing on the lower temperature side of the giant region of the HR diagram are stars that are no longer burn hydrogen in their core. I'm sure I'm boring the living hell out of you with this. In other words, what this is saying is this is a gigantic star. Absolutely gigantic. It just swells, increasing by the size of a factor of 100. As the star expands, it also cools and becomes redder, hence the name Red Giant. So, in other words, it gets really big. That's what our star is going to do, the Sun. Our star is going to do that in about 4 billion years. Our star is going to swell and actually get bigger. Just like when you slam your finger in a car door, you notice that it swells and gets big. That's what it's going to do. And that's what this star is doing right now. Its position in the sky is in Perseid. In Perseus, hence Perseids, which actually that's where we're going to be trying to shoot for, is the Perseid meteor shower. So we're in that area. Distance from the observer, which is moi. The distance from the observer is 847 light years, so you are looking at this star as it was 847 light years away. So that's extremely far away. And then for you people out there, the proper motion right ascension is negative 0.0024 arc seconds. And proper motion declination is 0.0048. And it's radii. Now what they mean by solar radii is our sun is one solar radii. That's how they actually use it as a gauge for other stars that are out in the night sky. This one that you see here is 109 solar radii, which means this star is 109 times bigger than our sun. Its apparent magnitude is 6.65, which means you can't see it with your naked eye unless you go to a dark sky site, and even then you still won't be able to see it. So as bright as this thing is, you will not see it in the night sky. So it looks super bright, but you won't be able to see it. The lowest the highest for magnitude according to certain sites is about 3.9-ish. That's like the dimmest that you can see. Anything higher than that, you won't be able to see in the night sky. That's if you have dark adaptation, like if you're out there for half an hour, you take a look, you look up in the sky, you can see stars anywhere ranging from -2 like Venus, all the way up to almost 3.5 to 3.9. Which is, then of course this one's 6.65. The temperature is 3248 Kelvin. And how they figure that out is it's not in degrees, it's not Fahrenheit or Celsius, it's Kelvin. And its luminosity, of course the sun puts out 1 luminosity. This one's 1192. So this thing is bright. This sucker is really bright. So that's your star lesson for the day. How about that? It's always so much fun. Sounds like somebody's playing music out there. I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, I guarantee you it is. I guarantee you it. But you want to know what, Venus? The thing is, that's not the biggest star out there either. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of stars that are so much bigger than the one that I just said. And actually, what I'm going to do is, while we're waiting, on my website, I love promoting it because it's so much fun. And then whenever you get a chance, you can always go to my website and go to the Astro Basics, and it will tell you the biggest stars in the sky as of, well, pretty close to now. I am working on it. I'm not anywhere close to being done. Right now I have the top 26 stars in the night sky, including our sun, which it'll actually tell you. And actually, let me... Oh, the image is done. Let's take a look at it. There's a little bit of a drift. But not bad. And you can start to see a little bit more detail with the M76. While we're waiting, let me see. I'll take another image. I will pull up window capture. It won't. Why? Why won't it work? Oh, I know why. Okay, hang on. Maybe not. Oh, I know why. I get, okay. I know what I gotta do. Display capture. Okay, what about browser source? How about that? Let's try that. All I want to do is show my website. There we go. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. Now, I don't know if I could... Well, it won't let me scroll down, but looking at this, you can actually see, when you go to my website, you would just go to Astro Basics, you go to the Giant section, and then it'll actually tell you the top biggest 5 stars out there. And the biggest one right now is UY Scooty. And it's got a solar radii of 1780, which means, well, the sun is 1, and that's 1780. And that is huge compared to what we're used to. Is what somebody said, gargantuan. Yes, it is gargantuan. It is huge. And I also have a small section too. So this one would probably rank, I mean, I would probably say like the 3,000 to 4,000th in ranking of how big it is. I mean, even the known stars. I mean, I pretty sure I have that on there too, I think. Let me see. What I wanted to show you, actually, you want to know what? There was something I wanted to show you before I forget, because I already forgot once, is what this camera is capable of. I completely was sidetracked. There we go. Bam! And actually, we'll make this bigger so then you can really see it. There we go. Alright, so this camera was taken back in November of last year. It was taken in Western New York. I took it with the QHY9C. It is a colored camera. And I used a hydrogen alpha filter. No flats, no darks, no biases, nothing. Just straight up, I took 4 30-minute images, and then I took 2 22-minute images, and then just stacked them and then processed them in Photoshop. That's it. Simple as that. And I got that image, which to me is absolutely incredible. And I actually printed this on a mat, and it turned out amazing. It was probably one of the best images I've ever taken, and I'd like to start that again. So I think tonight's getting back into long exposure photography, where I'm going to start taking more and more of these. Again, this was in hydrogen alpha. I actually have a hydrogen alpha filter, and I took it with this. Other images I've taken, and I can actually show you. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, this was, again, not as great as the last one, but pretty amazing nonetheless. This one is the Bubble Nebula, an M52. So M52 is that star cluster that's sort of in the center but just a little bit lower. And then the bubble sits on the right-hand side, and that, if you look carefully, you can actually see that it's an actual bubble. And these were just, I think, 15-minute exposures? And I took about 20 or 30 of them. And I got this image. And these are all from home. These are not from a dark sky site. These are all from home. And this is with a colored camera. Keep in mind. Now, if you're into astronomy and you're really into astrophotography, colored cameras do not pick up as much hydrogen alpha as a monochrome camera. Because they pick up red, green, and blue light. Monochrome camera just picks up just one, and that's it. So it's more sensitive. So if you were to take a 15-minute exposure with a monochrome camera versus a 15-minute exposure with a colored camera, you're going to get at least 3 times more light than you would with a colored camera for a monochrome. I don't have the money for monochrome, so yeah. But still, really, really, really cool. And those are actually all on my website. They're actually on the Astro blog. And I'm trying to get as many as I possibly can on here, but I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to get through things here as much as possible. Let me pull up, because I even do color images too. I'll pull up this one for you guys. Now this is with a different camera. This one is with the Orion G3. And this is the Cocoon Nebula, which is IC51. These are, if I remember correctly, I think these were 10-minute shots, and you can actually see the dust lane around the actual nebula itself, and the dust lane actually continues and goes all the way down. But still pretty cool. Still really, really neat. And I have a whole bunch more. If you go on Facebook, I have a ton on Facebook. If you just search me by name, if you go to Elliot Astro-Imaging or you just search on my website, you'll actually see me on Facebook, and you can friend me or you can join the group. But most of them are on there. And then also the live sessions of which I got these are also on my website. You can actually watch me try to struggle with some of these. I'll never forget the cocoon. I will never forget it. Trying to find that thing was a bitch. Pardon my French. It was horrendous. Because it was so faint and so small, and the mount was acting up, and I couldn't find it, and it was driving me off a wall. And after about an hour and a half, I didn't give up. I finally found it, and then I was able to image it for about 2 hours. I was out there till about 2:15, continuously imaging that thing, and I finally got it. So I was extremely happy. Let me run a little planner. I'll run as well. These are 10-minute images, and they're actually turning out really, really good. Let me take about 4. Might as well. Because these aren't saving, so I might as well save these. What do you think, people? Should I save them? Of course I should. What the hell? Save the fit file. Save it! Save it! M76. I don't want it to go bye-bye. So how's everybody doing out there tonight? How is everybody doing? Because I know I'm doing good. Doing a lot better now. That red color was very pretty. And it was. I love doing the colors. I love it. Let me see if I can pull up more color for you guys. I don't know. I'm trying to think where... Let me check. This might slow the system down, but... I can't remember if I saved it on this one or not. Let me think. Facebook might slow it down. Shoot. I'm trying to see where I can find it. There it is. Oh God, I can't even remember my damn password. That's not it. That's not it. Shoot, I don't even remember. I know I saved them on here. Alright, I still can't log in. Okay, let me see here. Okay, they sent me a reset password. And we're doing this live. Okay. I reset my password. Okay. Alright, now I'm finally logged in. Okay. My page. When was the last time I uploaded a photo? Okay, I do have these. Okay, cool. Alright, sweet. Alright, so I do have a whole bunch more images I can show you guys. Okay. Perfect. So I'll show you guys... Can I do the... Let me see here. View full-size image. Here we go. Alright. Copy. Looks like there's a little bit of clouds and haze coming through. Alright, here we go. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Bam! Alright, this was the iris. Yeah, resetting my password. That's terrible. I don't know anything. That's the problem. This is the Iris Nebula taken with that same camera, the Orion G3. The Orion G3 is it's a rudimentary CCD camera. It's not top of the line. It's not the greatest camera in the entire world. But the sensitivity on this camera is second to none. I mean, the iris is a pretty dim object to get in a light polluted area. And to get something like this, with only taking just short exposures, and I know when you think of 960 seconds as shorter than what I've been taking before, it's not bad. In only 8 images, and I got something like this, I probably would have taken a lot more, but that's not bad. The sensor on this camera is a CMYG. It's not a red, green, blue, so it's a 4-colored sensor, which is a little odd. But that's part of the reason why it's so sensitive. And getting something like this is incredible. I mean, that is a really, really good image. And you even get that little triangle that's right in there, which is incredible. Other images I've taken with this thing. Let's see. Oh, this is a colored one that I took with the QHY. I don't often take colored images with this. But when I do, I don't always drink, but when I do, they actually turn out really well. And let me just pull that up here. Bam! This is Bode's Nebula, which is M81 and M82. And again, it's short exposures compared to the other ones I've done in the past, but you even get some of the actual like wisps on the actual galaxy, and then you actually get some of the actual like dust lanes around the actual, it's pretty good. I mean, again, for something being short exposures from a light polluted area, that's not bad. I mean, you're not going to get super detail, but I'm pretty satisfied. I'm very, very, very satisfied with what this camera can do from here. What else can I show you guys? Oh, I like doing wide field too. This is a wide field. This is the big dumbbell, which is M27. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. No. Hit the refresh button. Okay, here we go. Paste, hit OK, and that's the wide field for dumbbell. And you can see how vast this is and how many stars are in this image. And again, this is a 900-second images. Only took 4. I used the QHY 9C. Same telescope, same everything. This was taken last May. So, I mean, it's just... That's a pretty good one, too. I started taking color ones because I just figured, might as well, since it's a colored camera, might as well. So what else do I got? Actually, this next image is going to be coming up in a second here, which is super awesome. So what else did I take here? Well, that's the colored one. I forgot about that one. I think with this one, I think I'm going to have to change the histogram on this. Yeah, I got to change the histogram on it. There we go. Oh, there's a tiny bit of drift. Not much, but there's a little bit of drift. And that's a 10-minute exposure, so that's right about average. It's not terrible. Where is the ring? I took one of the ring. Where is it? Here it is. Copy. And that's the Ring Nebula. Now, where it is that little tiny speck right here. Right there. That's how small it is. So it's very, very, very small. 900-second images, I took 5. Not bad at all. So I'm probably going to be out here for just a little bit more. It's been a long, hot, sweaty night. It's ridiculous, but got a lot accomplished. A lot accomplished tonight. So now I have both set up where I can now do wide field and I can do long exposure at the same time. Showing 2 at the same time, which is amazing. So I could do Perseids and get things from far, far away at the same exact time. Who would have thought? That's crazy. Is there anything in the nearby? I don't think there is. Let me take a look and see. Let me see. There's M103. I mean, I could... Do I have enough time to do it? Do I have enough time? Well, you're very welcome, Venus. You're very, very welcome. You know, I enjoy it too. I really do. I really do enjoy it. I'm trying to think if I want to do hydrogen alpha now. I'm debating whether I should hold off until tomorrow or do it now. What do you think, Venus? What do you think I should do? Is there enough time to do hydrogen alpha and get the Pac-Man Nebula, or should I wait till tomorrow? I really don't know if I want to, because it's 1 a.m. here. It's 12:57. I gotta work in the morning, too. Yeah, I think I might hold off till tomorrow. I don't know how P&K and Skywatching Gaming, I don't know how they do it, where they stay up till 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. I don't know how they do it. And actually, to tell you the truth, P&K just posted on YouTube, they're back online again. They go nonstop. I can't do that. There's no way. At least I try anyways. For where we're going to shoot tomorrow, because I will do hydrogen alpha tomorrow then, of where we're going to shoot, where the red crosshairs is where we are now. Where the Pac-Man Nebula is, it's right here. So we're not that far off. So it'd be right in here. And I can shoot it in hydrogen alpha, and it's in a prime spot. The Heart Nebula is not that far off from where we are either. Let me type it in here. The Heart, if I remember correctly, is IC 1805. Yeah. So that's IC 1805 is the Heart Nebula. Not too far. So I could probably do the Heart and Soul tomorrow too. I could get that in hydrogen alpha. I don't know if I have the Heart and Soul on here. I have to. Somewhere. I guess not. I guess I don't have the Heart and Soul. Wow. It might be on the other laptop. I know it's here somewhere. That definitely, Venus, definitely. I mean, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody that wants me to go all over the sky, because the sky is so big. There's so many things out there. It's just incredible. It really is. I thought I had that on there. I don't know where it could possibly be. So I'll probably take this one last image, and I think I might call it a night, because it's 1 a.m. We got some good images. We got this finally set up to where I want it to be. So then tomorrow, all I got to do, pull this out and hit record, and then we're set and we're ready to go. I just got to work on a few things here, but I think this is where I want to be. This is definitely what I want to have happen. Yeah, it's definitely nice that this is all set. So, finally back to where I had it before. And what's great about that travel setup is I can literally take that down in about 3 minutes, not even. Everything's all attached to the mount. There's 3 things that are already plugged in. The other one I just unplug and then just put it in the car and go. And I don't even need to worry about anything. And I could take that off and put an 80mm on, and then put that on, and I can get the moon. As I'm still working to get a finder scope for that, or a finder cam. Alright, second image is going to be done. See how much it moved. It's drifting just a slight bit at 10 minutes. And when I say a slight bit, I mean, you're looking at this at 2 times magnification. If I were to take this and then do fit to window, that's what it looks like in fit to window. And where it is compared to the image itself, M76 is right there. I mean, that's M76, that little speck right there. I mean, that's how small this thing is compared to my field of view. That's minuscule. So looking at this image in full, that's a pretty good field of view. I mean, that's incredible. And where we are shooting on the wide field is right in here. Well, actually, wait. Would be right in here. This is where we're shooting, because this is Cassiopeia right here, and then it's right down here. So not bad. Not bad at all. So I think I'm going to end tonight, but we're going to end on a high note, because I think we got it going on. I think everything is going to be fantastic from here on out. Right now, looking at the weather for tomorrow, as far as I know, tomorrow is supposed to be clear. So, we're looking in great shape. Transparency and seeing is not going to be all that great. It'll be okay. But the wind will be alright, humidity will be okay, and temperature is going to be okay. So tomorrow, I'll be back out here. Hopefully, I'll be back out here at 9:30, not 10. I'm hoping. Now that I got everything all set up. So, Venus, I want to thank you for watching and sticking here. P&K was on earlier. I think Tanya was here earlier. Let's see, who else was on? Daggers was on for a little bit. I saw you, and that's great. Galactus was on. You were one of the first people that was on. I didn't acknowledge that you came on earlier, but I did see that you did stop by. That was when I was still cursing out everything, so I apologize. But definitely, I saw P&K subscribe. They're 195. Gotta keep subscribing. I know I'm not going to get anywhere near to 20,000, but it's still, we just got to keep going, and I'm going to try to get my word of mouth as best as I possibly can. So I'm going to end this broadcast. I know it's sad, but I'm going to end it. But don't fret, I will be back tomorrow around 9:30 or so. I'll put out a notification on YouTube, so this way everybody knows that it's going to be coming up. So this way everybody can, message me, and I'll see it. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and have a wonderful night. Bye.